If you have not paid attention on this justice for Mohbad so far, on this one, make sure that you do not miss out on anything that you're about to hear. I want you guys to listen because you will be shocked. What you are about to hear, in fact, I do not want to break the ice. I don't want to burst your bubble. I want you to listen to it. It is becoming scary. Yes, it is becoming scary. This justice for Mohbad is becoming sinister. There is more to what the eyes can see. On this justice, we will stand strong. We will stand resolute because this mystery finally has been demystified. Still on justice for Mohbad, you all know how we all started this justice for Mohbad and the opposition that we have seen so far, and how we have promised ourselves that we will remain resolute on it back to back, be it a monarch, be it a politician, be it group of wickedness, be it those group of women from the kingdom of darkness, from their covens, whoever they are, group of Olosho, whatever they call themselves, group of women afraid of DNA, paternity tests, whatever they are, we said we will remain strong and resolute on it. Yes, we are going to make sure that we bring all of them to book. They will all be dealt with. This particular expose is important for those who are truly seeking for justice for Mohbad. Very important. Do not miss a part, like I said. But before we proceed, please like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. To those that have tapped on that thanks button, may God replenish your pockets. If you also want to be a blessing to this channel, you want to be a part of it, you can as well tap on the same button. Justice for Mohbad. We will not stop. Let's get right into it.
Was March 1st, 2024 at exactly 2:01 p.m. American time, Nigerian time, all over the world. 2:01 March 1st, 2024. And as at February 14, 2024, on a live program, this Commissioner of Information and Strategy said that they have sent the results. But the lab is confirming now that the result was received March 1st, 2 weeks. 2 weeks after the call was made was when they sent the result. Is that not a big ojoro to justice for Mohbad? Where did they keep the sample? Thank you.
That means that it was because of Brekete intervention.
Thank you. Because they were forced.
It was even after 2 weeks, not immediately.
It was not even the same day. It's not the second day. It was 2 weeks after the Brekete call that they sent the sample. Now, do you know why this page 1 is being hidden and being do like this? Is because they know that if critical people like us take a look at it, we will detect. Look at it. That is why everybody needs to have this page, so that when you're talking about it, for even anti-justice for justice, now ask me where the Mohbad sample was kept till March 1st, 2024. Let's talk on that alone first, before we not go back to establish more facts.
And
okay, so Bayo has sort of hit the nail on the head. So now if you do the maths, this sample was taken, first things first, exhumed 21st. 22nd was when they took the samples. According to this report, it was collected on the 22nd. These samples that were collected are samples that, don't forget, there's blood. I refer you back to the coroner inquest where the pathologist came out and was saying even getting the blood, and it was some, I think he was coming up with some crap about being difficult. He also alleged that even the blood we saw in the coffin was not really blood. It was clay or something like that. but he was making up stories about the blood. But here we have a sample of blood, 0.5 ml. We also have another one for 1 ml, unspecified blood, and then there's another blood for 1 ml. And now they're saying it's approximate. We're even going to go to that later. So if you remember the show on Brekete, I will try and play it, but it's too long, but I'll see if I can play a clip of it. The guy said, oh, if we had a lab suit, whatever, that wasn't burned down, these samples would have been, all of this thing would have been done in their lab and all of that. So where did they store the samples? Somebody will say, why? While we're analyzing, we did a research where it said if causes of this death could be the anaphylactic shock and all of those things they're saying, you would even have to store these samples at -4 degrees Celsius.
God bless you.
The question is, where did Lagos State store these samples? Why?
From September.
Number one, why?
To March 1st.
Would you take out a sample and keep it up until that time? Now, I refer you guys back to the timing from when NMS Lab got this sample, which is the 1st of March 2024, and as at the 28th of March, they already had their first report issued. They already now had their second report on the 9th of April. Now, if you do the proximity as me and Bayo did, that's about what? 3rd to the 28th. So you want to say in about 5 weeks or less. Bayo, do the maths for me, you know better. They had this result ready. So if you took these samples, you exhumed the body, why did it take you that long? Now, if you had sent those samples at the time where you sent it, we would not probably be dealing with inconclusive and all of those stuff, whatever they're called.
God bless you. God bless you.
We won't deal with that. We probably not have that to deal with because they would have the samples early. And then even if I did a research online on anaphylactic shock, and they're saying if you even want to find out that, I'll see if I can open my screen to show you guys that one. If you want to find out that, apart from them saying you have to store the samples at 4 degrees Celsius, they said you would be able to still get a time of death because they found the time of death for the person that they were working on as a research. They said the person was, the postmortem, after death was 4 days after death. They were even able to determine the time of death. They said the time of death was within 1 hour time. That is for, somebody who they did a postmortem 4 days after. All right. And I would like to clear this here. The circumstances, whether exhumed, not exhumed, buried, thrown in the forest, does not matter in a country that has technologists to handle postmortem examinations. It doesn't matter. You embalm him, you don't embalm him, it doesn't matter. They will do what they need to do. They found that under 4 days. They needed 4 days. Within 4 days, they were able to tell you the time of death. So if you kept samples that you took, and I quote, according to the postmortem, from the 22nd up until the 3rd, because you have to count until when this hospital got the samples, if you kept it from all that then to that time, what temperature, and even if you stored it at -4 degrees Celsius, were you deliberately wanting to have composed samples sent to the United States of America to conduct this test? Brekete said, and I quote in his YouTube, he said that I hear say they won't make the body, the body done the rotten. The guy quickly said, don't mind everything you hear. But if he would ever listen, Commissioner of Information or whatever you are, how do you explain samples that NMS Lab is saying you sent them the samples on the 3rd of March, the 1st of March 2024, but you collected samples on the 22nd of September? Why did you keep the samples? Where did you store them? In your words, lawsuit is burnt.
Sorry. Right about now, I'm a bit emotional because I asked myself a question. What did this guy do now? What was his sin actually? When you knew you're not going to do anything, you should have left the guy. Let the father forget that you even exhuming. What is your gain? Now, what I'm thinking right about now is that the fact that Berekete said in 14th of February, then he confirmed that they've sent.
Daddy, I'm sorry, your daddy. Don't get emotional yet. Let me give you something that will make you more emotional.
Wait.
When you look at that list, they did not put bone marrow. Bone marrow was not included in the tests that they ran. Bone marrow was not included in the test that they ran. And this inconclusive professor said that based on the test they did on the bone marrow, our people, what's this guy, what's this boy, what's Mohbad do this government? Mohbad do this government. What's this boy, what's Baba Joseph, do this government? What's we do this government for this country?
Okay, now, Bayo, this is where I'm even going to right now. When Berekete called and the man said, give me some few minutes, blah, 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 I'll call you back. And the phone, they initiated that conversation. And the man said loud and clear that the sample have been taken to Pennsylvania. Now, this is where I'm thinking to. Maybe it was when that man said on Berekete that this result has been taken to so lab. That is when then Baba Mohbad went to make the verification they did at the lab. And when you note, as of the time that man said they've sent this sample, from the date on this paper, the sample was not sent. So probably the Punch headline we got.
But I want to just open that link because I don't know if it's on the page 2. I want you to see something there that is funny. There's something the lab now even said that was shocking. They said something about GCMS. I don't know if you can see the York, have you seen anything on GCM? I think it's on page 2 or 4 or page 1, where they mentioned to say, okay, I think it's York is page 2 or 4. On page 2 or 4. I'll have to read it out because I'm not sure.
And just go ahead.
Okay.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
Okay, on page 2 of 4, these people mentioned, see, it's so difficult. If you're using your phone, you struggle to read it. But on page 2 of 4, let me try and make my phone stay properly. They said, after they declared, they said on the detailed findings, you would notice that they were saying presume, where they mentioned the drug, they shared on acetaminophen, whatever, I can't pronounce it well, okay? But they said this test was an unconfirmed screen. So they're saying it's an unconfirmed screening. And then they said confirmation by a more definitive technique such as GCMS is recommended. Now, anybody who's on the platform, you have a phone, please Google what GCMS in toxicology means so that we'll all be on the same page.
Oh, wow.
And if you... Okay, go on.
GCM. Hello?
Yes, go on.
You said GCM.
GCMS.
GCMS. S in toxicology. Yes.
Now also, if you look at it here, on where they have this acetaminophen or something they have here.
Acetaminophen is paracetamol. In America, it's paracetamol.
Okay,
Panadol, paracetamol.
okay, they said presumably positive. They are not saying
Not sure. They're not certain. They're
Thank you. And if you
presuming it.
understand the word English.
It's not certain.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, even the second one, caffeine, said presumably positive. I have my brain is overworking itself here. Now, all of these things here, they are saying, if a lab is saying to you and saying, we would recommend you do a definitive.
That you should go extra mile.
Look at their term, definitive. They did not just say maybe, they said definitive. They will recommend GCMS as a definitive way of checking whatever they are telling you. The question is
to establish.
Thank you. Lagos State government, did you go for a traditional toxicology test? If you were thank you. Or you just let's even go with that.
Peripheral.
Because if you went for that,
superficial.
You went for that. That is why you would not have gone an extra mile. Now, I would also shock you. I know I'm going fast, but on the second page, I think it's second page bio, they also said that they will keep the samples. Okay, let me read it out. Hold on there.
They will keep a sample for 6 weeks.
Yes, they said.
And the result for 5 years.
Yeah, they said unless alternative arrangements are
done
made by you, my phone is on its.
Then the sample will be discarded.
Yeah.
The samples will be destroyed.
A lot has been said so far, and I'm very glad that people are beginning to learn how to process information. Although many people are not professionals, they do not have the ability to process the toxicology and autopsy report, but to a certain extent, they have been able to look at it and they believe that there are certain irregularities, there are things that needs to be explained, which begs for that answer that we've all been asking for all this while. What really happened to Mohbad? If you say that the autopsy is inconclusive, that is the reason why toxicology was requested for, and now all of a sudden, it seems the toxicology report too is inconclusive. Everything is inconclusive. Reasons being that Mohbad had been buried and they cannot get this, they cannot get that, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, who is going to be jailed? Who is going to go to court for the demise of Mohbad? Is it that Mohbad passed away just like that? That is the question that we've been asking. What actually happened to Mohbad? They said, oh, it's a nurse. What happened before the nurse was called? They said there was a fight. Is there a video that shows the fight? No. No. No video, nothing that shows that there was a fight. No video, nothing that shows that there was a fight. And we're also hearing that Mohbad had that injury that was sent to the nurse prior. Where did that injury come from? We've been told from what we are hearing that he had that injury maybe with fight with Adura or Wumi. That is why Mohbad's father decided to key into it by pulling herself together with Wumi, because they need to keep this quiet and secret. Meaning that Wumi and Adura probably had a fight with Mohbad. Something happened. Something happened that Mohbad's mother is aware of. She's aware of it. But she does not want to dwell on that part. She wants to dwell on the so-called mystical or some diabolic activities that happened between Mohbad and Adura. Prime Boy, his childhood friend. So it means if care is not taken, Mohbad pied for nothing. That's it. Mohbad pie for nothing. Because there will be no answer. There will be no result. There will be nothing that will bring anybody to book. That is what we are seeing here.